Okay, very good. So, welcome to Swiflearn online classes. As we already know that Swiflearn is the India's most sincere learning destination for classes 1 to 10. So, over here, all the classes are 100% live and interactive classes. You can ask any sort of doubt regarding the topic to the teacher in the classes only, and the teacher will explain everything to you in the classes. So this is the very important thing which we have, and that is why there is no chaos at all in the classes. We give personalized attention to each and every student of the classes, because in our batches, each of the batches consist of maximum 6 number of students. Sometime, hi Sharad, how are you? Okay, so sometimes it happen like we have one student or two student or three student or maximum six students will be there, not more than that. So that it will be easier for the student also to interact with the teacher, and it will help the teacher to interact with the student, clear all the doubts of the students and all. Right now, coming to the third thing which we have is we have a very good dedicated academic mentor team who continuously keep a track on the students' progress. So how you are doing in the class, how you are performing in the homework, you were doing all the homework or not, you were attending the classes properly or not, or like what is your like understanding capacity, or how much you have already done with some of the topic, in which topic you were lagging, everything will be tracked and accordingly will get the feedback. So this feedback will help you to improve yourself, right? And coming to the fourth thing, which is again very important, that is we cover the syllabus as per your school examination schedule. So it may happen that some of the topic which is going on in your school, it is not already done in Swiflearn, right? So you can ask to do those topics first. We will do those topics and then we will move on to the rest of the topic. It will help you, Hannah. It will help you to go for the school exam and you will get good marks, right? So this type of custom request generally we handle. So this is all about the general features of Swiflearn, and now let us move on to the key features. So as you already can see that the first thing which we have is we maintain a detailed progress report of all the students. So over here in the progress report, there are the various types of parameters are there, like how you are attending the classes, how you are doing the homework, in which topic you are lagging, which topic you are totally perfect with, how what is your understanding capacity, and the competitive approach. Everything will be there, and you will get this feedback in certain time interval. There will be PTM also. जैसे आपका स्कूल का भी पीटीएम होता है ना, इधर भी पीटीएम होता है, right? So we will speak to your parents. If the parents have any doubt, they can ask us. We can also interact with them. We will give you the feedback, and accordingly you will be able to improve yourself. It will help you, right? Now secondly, we have the SAT, that is the Swiflearn academic test series, which occur in every Sunday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. So over here you can perform and you will be able to understand what is your rank all over India. ठीक है ना? Now coming to the third thing which we have, that we have unlimited practice test. So after completing each and every topic, you can go on practicing the different question and answers again and again, right? So in the practice test, there are the various types of questions, like the objectives में आते हैं, MCQ, filling the blanks, like true, false, match the column and so on. And subjects में subjective questions तो आते ही है, like you get the question of 3 mark and 5 mark in your board exam and school exam also, right? So these are the different question papers which you will solve again and again. These are the different practice tests, and also which is very important, sometimes you know the concept but cannot write the keywords, you miss out the keywords, and that is why you lose marks in your board exam or school exam, है ना? So you will be able to practice over here all the subjective test, and we have a very good dedicated team of teacher who will check your papers, and they will give you the tricks and tips how to increase marks, okay, how to write the answers, what are the key points you need to include in the answer, how to make the answer compact, and where to include the diagram, where to include the chemical equations. These will be the different tricks which we will give you, and accordingly you will improve your answer, and definitely you will never lose marks in your school exam or board exam, right? So these are the key features, and that is why Swiflearn is a little bit different from any other platform. So to experience so all these things, what you have to do, You have to book a free trial class. So now the admission is going on for the new session also. So do book a free trial class and experience all these things, and then enroll with us so that you can get to know about the regular classes. You will also do the regular classes with us. Fine. So let me remind you, for who have not subscribed our channel till now, so subscribe our channel and press the bell icon so that you will never miss any of the update of the upcoming sessions. So all the sessions, before the sessions, you will come to know about some session is coming of all the subjects, all the topics, and you will be able to join the session and chat with us, right? So stay with Swiflearn and learn with Swiflearn, and please do not forget to like, comment, and share. Okay? Chalo. So let us now move on to the topic. So we will continue with the topic which we have already studied or started in the previous session. So remember which topic we have started? We were doing the genetics. Okay, it is a very important topic of class 10th ICSE board, and you have it. It is there in CBSE and ICSE both, but in ICSE board this is very important. In detail you have it everything in the syllabus, and you will get question in your board exam from this topic. Okay, and this is also very important because you are coming across this topic for the very first time. So the detail you will again study in 11th and 12th, but the basic thing which is related to the genetics will come in class 10th. So be very careful. Do like comment over here if you have any sort of queries or any sort of doubt. I will definitely try my best to like clear out all your doubts, and please write it in the chat box, and let us begin with the topic. So in the previous session we have already studied about the chromosome, है ना? तो क्रोमोसोम का chemical composition क्या होता है? Mainly DNA is present. What is the chemical composition of DNA? We have already studied all those things. Then we have also studied that chromosomes are present where? Basically they are present within the nucleus of each of our cells, है ना? And also we have studied that chromosome is only seen during the cell division stage. Other than this, the chromosome seems to be a thread-like structure, the simple thread-like structure which we call as the chromatin. These are the various basic concepts which we have already studied in previous session. Now, can you tell me how many number of chromosomes are present in each of the cells in human being? Let me see who can give me the correct answer in the chat box. How many number of chromosome is present in our cell, in each of our cells, and what are the different types of chromosomes? We have also studied about the different types of chromosomes and sex determination in human being in the previous session, right? Remember? Yes. So let me see who can remember all these concepts, and please write it in the chat box, as you already know that whoever will give me most of the answers correctly in the chat box, he or she will become the student of the session. Yes. So I will write his or her name on the screen at the end of the session. ठीक है ना? Chalo. Now let us move on to the genes. We have also studied about the genes. We wear the genes also. So what do we have in genes? Genes genes and Geans genes in common. Anybody can you tell me? Yes. ये दोनों genes में से common क्या हो सकता है? Can you see? You can refer to the picture also. See, these are the genes, okay? Which are present on the DNA in the specific location of the DNA, and this type of gene we wear. Yeah. So what is the common things between them, and also try to find out what is the difference between them. Yes. Anybody? So the most common thing is both of them come in pairs. So definitely in one genes we have one pair of legs, right? And in case of the genes which are present within our nucleus, they also come in pairs. Fine. Now all genes comes in pairs just like shoes, but one thing is indifferent. Like the shoes we also have in pairs. So both the shoes are same in size, same in structure. Their designs are same, but in case of gene they cannot be same. Okay, but they come in pair, but they can not be similar in all the aspects. Now, what is this alternate form of gene known as? This alternate form of gene, when they are coming in pair, they are known as the alleles. Please write it down, note it down in your copy. That alleles are the alternate forms of gene. This is a very important question you get for 1 mark in your exam. That what do you mean by alleles, or what do you mean by allelomorphic genes? So your answer will be the alternate form of genes is known as the allele. Clear hai? Now let me tell you what are the alleles, or what can be the alternate forms of genes. Fine. Over here, can you see some of the examples? Like for example, the height of a plant, or we can say height of any human being also. Okay. So what can be the two extreme heights? Either it will be too tall or it will be short. Right. So over here, we can say that one height is tall and another height is short. So tall को हम denote कर सकते हैं capital T से, और short को हम denote कर सकते हैं small t से. Right. So these are the two alleles. Okay. The gene for the heights, capital T and small t, these are known as the two alleles. So can you see that both of them are coming in pair? And why they are coming in pair? Because both of them are coming from each of the parent. Okay, so if the different type of alleles which are present in my body is of the due to the height, so definitely one allele or one gene I will get it from my father, and another allele or the gene for the height I will get it from the mother, and they will both combine to give you a specific allele or a specific gene, and according to that your height will be specified. Okay, or your height will be determined. Up to this much clear hai na? Yes. So over here we can see that total tall bhi ho sakta hai, so it will come under capital T capital T. Total short bhi ho sakta hai और total dwarf bhi ho sakta hai, that will come small t. और हाइब्रिड हो सकता है, मतलब कैपिटल टी एंड स्मॉल टी. ओके, ये ऐसे तो हो सकता है ना, वन टी कैपिटल टी आई एम गेटिंग फ्रॉम माय फादर एंड स्मॉल टी आई एम गेटिंग फ्रॉम माय मदर, right? So we will get both of the t's for the height, and one allele is coming from the father, one other allele is coming from the mother. So up to this much totally clear है ना कि allele का मतलब क्या है? These are the different genes or the alternate forms of genes which will give you or which will help you to understand or determine any sort of characteristic feature in your body. So I have given only one type of characteristic feature, that is the height. So it can be any other thing. It can be the color of your eyeball, it can be the texture of your hair, it can be your skin color, it can be anything. Fine. So this is all about the alleles. Up to this much clear hai na? Yes. You have any question? Chalo. Now, as I have already said that the two genes or the two alleles, okay, genes are also known as the alleles because genes का ही alternate form को हम allele कहते हैं. So these alleles actually specify any sort of trait. Now, what do you mean by trait? Last session में I have already mentioned about the trait. What do you mean by trait? Trait का मतलब है any characteristic feature, or we can say just the character. Okay, so father and mother each have two genes for every character. Okay, the character can be the height of our body, color, skin color, eyeball color, hair texture, or any other thing, the rolling tongue, ear structure, or any different types of different structure of our body. So each of the gene which we have within our body, one of them will come from the father and another one will come from the mother, but they will pass on to only one to the offspring. Okay, so father and mother के जीन मतलब सेल में भी तो पेयर्स में रहता है जीन, बट दे विल नॉट गिव बोथ द पेयर्स. अगर मम्मा से भी दो जीन्स आ जाएगा एंड पापा से भी दो जीन आ जाएगा तो इट विल कम इनटू फोर फॉर द ऑफस्प्रिंग, बट वी कैन नॉट से दैट द जीन्स विल बी कमिंग इन फोर. Yes, it will always coming in pair, right? It will always coming in two. So always keep it in mind that one from the father and one from the mother. Both the genes, whatever genes which we have within our body, 50% is coming from the father and 50% is coming from the mother, and that both of the combination will make the offspring by getting two genes. Here in again in the offspring we can see that the genes will become in pair. Clear hand up to this much? Yes. So the alternate form of the genes are known as the alleles or allelomorphic genes. Okay. So please write it down. The definition of allele. It will come for 1 mark. It may come in the board exam as well as your school exam. It is a very important thing. Now we will move on to the other different basic terms. So there are the different genetic terms we will come across over here. Like one was the trait, one was the another one was the allele. So I will see over here the other different genetic terms which will again and again come when we will study the genetics, the whole chapter. Fine. So the next one is the homozygous condition and heterozygous condition. तो ये टर्म से आपको क्या पता चल जाते हैं? होमोजाइगस एंड हेटेरोजाइगस. ये सिर्फ होमोजाइगस से लेट अस टेक जस्ट द पार्ट ऑफ द वर्ड होमो. इसका मतलब क्या है? सेम. होमो मतलब सिमिलर और सेम. ओके. एंड लेट अस टेक अनदर वर्ड दैट इज हेटेरो. हेटेरो से हेटेरोजाइगस से हम अगर सिर्फ हेटेरो लेंगे तो हेटेरो का मतलब क्या होगा? डिफरेंट. Okay, hetero matlab different. Now from here only you will get to know that when the alleles, both the alleles are same in any individual, we will say that that condition is the homozygous condition. And whenever both the alleles are different from each other or both the genes are different from each other, we will call that type of condition as the heterozygous condition. Clear है ना? अभी हम एक एग्जाम्पल देके आपको बता रहे हैं. देखो, an individual may inherit two alleles from the two different parents. We all know that we get one of the allele from the father and another allele from the mother. Now, when both the alleles are similar, देखो इधर अगर मम्मा का भी कैपिटल टी दे रहे हैं और पापा भी कैपिटल टी दे रहे हैं तो हम वी आर गेटिंग बोथ द टी कैपिटल लाइक द टोटल टॉल वी कैन से. ओके. और अगर मम्मा से स्मॉल टी आ रहे हैं और पापा से भी स्मॉल टी आ रहे हैं तो बोथ द टी which we are getting in our gene is small. So either both of them are tall or both of them are small. Okay. Or short, we can say dwarf also. Okay. So whenever we are getting both the alleles same from both the parents, we will call them as the homozygous condition. क्लियर है. नाउ कमिंग टू द हेटेरोजाइगस कंडीशन. ये तो ऐसे भी हो सकता है लाइक आई एम गेटिंग द एलील फ्रॉम द फादर, that is capital T, and I am getting the allele of height from the mother as small t. तो एक मुझे मिल रहा है capital T, another I am getting is small t. तो both of them are different from each other. We already know, I have already said that capital T is denoting the pure tall and small t is denoting the pure dwarf. तो एक तो allele हम both the parents से आएगा definitely. So one of the parent is giving capital T, another parent is giving small t. So obviously this condition we will say as the heterozygous condition. इसका मतलब क्या है? We are getting both the alleles which are different from each other. Okay. So got it now? Homozygous और heterozygous condition का मतलब homozygous में we are getting both the alleles from both the parents which are similar, either capital T or small t. These are homozygous characteristic feature. And over here we can see that capital T and small t दोनों एक साथ आ रहे हैं. This condition we can also say as hybrid condition. Okay. Hybrid मतलब दोनों का mixture, we already know. And when both of them are different from each other, we can call this as the heterozygous condition. Clear है ना up to this much the basic term of homozygous and heterozygous? So when two different alleles are present, they interact in specific ways. When they are present, both capital and small are present in our body, they will interact with each other in a specific way, and only the dominant will be expressed and recessive will be suppressed. Now we will study about dominant and recessive. ओके, नाउ डोमिनेंट वर्ड से आपको क्या पता चलता है? जो डोमिनेट करते हैं, है ना? डोमिनेंट मतलब जो डोमिनेट करेगा, एंड रेसेसिव मतलब जो सप्रेस्ड रहेगा, थोड़ा सा डर के सप्रेस्ड रहता है. ओके, सो ओवर हियर वी कैन कम टू दिस कंसेप्ट कि डोमिनेंट ट्रेट जो होता है विच विल बी ऑलवेज एक्सप्रेस्ड. Okay, this will be always expressed in both the homozygous or heterozygous condition. Very important line this one is. So these are expressed in both the homozygous and heterozygous condition, but in case of the recessive trait we can see that they are not expressed. देखो, these traits are not expressed when in case of heterozygous condition, but they are only expressed when it is totally homozygous condition. So I am telling you what do you mean by homozygous and heterozygous again over here. Okay, now dominant allele we can say is always capital T. It is always denoted as the capital letter. मतलब pure tall जो dominate करेगा. Okay, and recessive trait is always denoted as the small letter जो small t में small t से आएगा. Understood? Now it will be denoted as the capital letter, and recessive trait will always be denoted as the small letter. Up to this much clear है ना? Yes. Now what will happen in case of the heterozygous condition? हमारे तो ऐसे हो सकता है कि कैपिटल टी स्मॉल टी एक साथ हमारे बॉडी में है, तो तब कौन डोमिनेट करेगा? डेफिनेटली द डोमिनेट करेगा ये dominant trait, like the capital T which is for the tallness will dominate the recessive one, and the person which is who is having the capital T and small t in their gene, definitely that person will be tall, that person will never be dwarf. Okay, so in case of the plant also the same thing happen, but whenever we can say that capital T एक साथ आएगा, definitely it is pure tall. Capital T small t के एक साथ आएगा, it will be again tall. But when the small t and small t will come, it will be short or it will be dwarf. Why? Because both of them are recessive. अभी समझ आए ना? Both of them are recessive. When both the alleles are recessive, then only the recessiveness or the shortness will come. Otherwise, if one of the allele is capital or one of the allele is dominant, it will express that character. Fine up to this much? Yes? Okay. Now, hopefully, you have already got an idea about the uh, homozygous and heterozygous condition and the dominant and the recessive allele. Clear? Now let us move on to the genotype. Genotypic ratio, phenotypic ratio is very important, which will come again and again. So before going to the ratio part, we will have to know about what is genotype and what is phenotype. तो जेनोटाइप GENO, ये जेनोटाइप से हमें पता चल जाता है कि जीन्स प्रेजेंट हैं, right? The genes which are present in the DNA of an organism, it will tell you about the genotype. Okay, so this genotype may be of having the capital T and small t, or having small t and small t, or may have capital T and capital T. So capital T small t will be the tall, small t will be short. So whenever they will have an capital T, definitely it will be pure tall. So they will tell you what are the genes which are present within our bodies. Sometimes the genotype will not be expressed from outside, it is not observed or not visible from outside, but those are present within, and definitely they will code the different proteins. Okay, so there are always two letters in the genotype, because one code for the trait comes from the mother and father, and another will come from the mother. Okay, and so every offspring will get two codes or the two letters. One is coming from father, another one is coming from the mother. Clear up to this much? So therefore we can see that always there is three possible way. Either both of them will be capital or both of them will be small. मतलब दोनों ही dominant है या फिर दोनों ही recessive है, or it can happen then one is capital one is small, मतलब ये hybrid हो गया. तो ये तीन conditions always आ सकते हैं, इसके बिना और कोई भी condition नहीं आ सकते हैं. Okay, these are the three main possible genotypes which can always come in the different organism. So I am talking again and again about the T and capital T small t because I am denoting the height of the organism. This is I am giving you one example like the height. It can be of the any sort of characteristic feature, any trait. It can be the color of your eyeball, texture of the hair, skin color, or any other different type of characteristic feature. Similar thing will happen. The genotype means the genes which are present within our body. Now coming to the phenotype. Phenotype का मतलब क्या है? Which we can see from outside. जो those characters which are observable. अबे ये हम अगर height का ही बात करेंगे तो capital T is also tall and capital T small t is also tall. तो बाहर से तो we will not be able to understand कौन सा जीन है उसके अंदर कैपिटल टी स्मॉल टी है या फिर कैपिटल टी है. फ्रॉम आउटसाइड बोथ ऑफ देम आर टॉल. तो दिस इज नोन एज द फेनोटाइप. फेनोटाइप का मतलब क्या है? जो हम बाहर से देख सकते हैं, द ऑब्जर्वेबल कैरेक्टर विच वी कैन ऑब्जर्व फ्रॉम आउटसाइड when we do not know about what is actually present within the gene. So genotype always codes for the phenotype. Always remember that genotype matlab whatever alleles are present or like the genes are present within the body, and phenotype means which we can see from outside, the characteristic which are visible from outside. Clear hai? Up to this much clear na? So the hair color, eye color, coat color of different types of animals, the shape of the leaf, these will all be the different observable characters which we can observe from outside. Those are visible. Clear hai na? So got the idea of the genotype and phenotype, the difference between phenotype and genotype? Hi Ryan. So phenotype will be the visible characters and genotype will be the genetic characters. Up to this much clear? Okay. Now let's understand how the phenotype and genotype can be inherited from the father and mother. As I have already mentioned you that all the alleles, whatever traits we have, all the traits are denoted by two alleles, right? One allele will come from the father and another allele will come from the mother, right? So over here one condition is given. See, hi Selva, how are you? Okay, one condition is given over here. Look at this, like the color of the hair. Okay, so the color of the hair का dominant color है black, which is denoted as capital H, and recessive color है blonde, that is denoted as small h. Okay, so capital H is dominant, small h is recessive, we can see over here. Now one condition is given, the parent, in both the parent, the mother is having the blonde hair, that is recessive one, and father is having the black hair, which is dominant one. If the genotype will be capital H and small h, the offspring will have black hair as H is dominant. So if we can see that the mother, there his sorry, her hair is blonde na, तो blonde मतलब small h आएगा. And father, father का hair क्या है? कैपिटल एच, क्योंकि प्योर ब्लैक है. तो व्हाट कैन बी द hair color of the offspring? Let us now see what will be the genotype and the phenotype of the offspring if the mother is having both the allele small h and father is having both the uh, alleles capital H. Yes, I'm fine, Ryan. Okay, so we can determine the same thing with the help of a square, which we call as the Punnett square. Okay, this is the Punnett square. तो Punnett square में क्या करते हैं हम? one will be the father and another will be the mother. Okay, so mother का hair color क्या है? Blonde hair color. So what are the alleles? Alleles will be small h and small h, right? And father का hair color क्या है? Black color. तो father का hair color का alleles आएगा capital H and capital H. So we will write this in this box form, which will help you to understand what will be the color of the hair of the offspring. So this type of box is known as checkerboard. इसको हम checkerboard कहते हैं और Punnett square भी कहते हैं, due to the name of the scientist who discovered it first, who is Punnett, whose name was Punnett. According to his name, we can call it as the Punnett square. Now, over here you can see that a combination of the alleles will take place, right? So the father is having capital H, mother is having small h. So over here we will cross this capital H and small h. We will have one offspring capital H and small h. If we cross this one and this one, we can again get capital H and small h. Again, if I cross this one and this one, we will get capital H and small h. Again, if we cross this one and this one, we will again get capital H and small h. So these are the four offsprings. So in yellow, I have shown you the different offsprings, the alleles which will be going to the different offsprings. They will have always capital H, one of the allele as capital H, and another one is the small h, right? So capital H and small h, capital H and small h will give you the heterozygous condition, matlab hybrid, we can say the hybrid black, but the color of the hair will always be black. Why? Because capital H is there. Capital H is denoting the black color. तो always the dominant, एक भी अगर allele dominant रह जाएंगे तो वो express हो जाएगा, right? So always remember, in this case the hair color will be black because small h नहीं आ रहे हैं, इसलिए blonde hair color नहीं आएगा. Even if any one h is capital, the color will be black because black is the dominant color. Okay, understood now? Yes, Shekhar, you are asking me, मैम बीएससी zoology के बाद एमएससी करें या बीएड, कोई भी आप कर सकते हो. If you want to teach the 11 12, I'll suggest you to do MSc, definitely MSc in zoology, and then you can do the BEd for teaching. Okay, जैसे I have also done my BSc in zoology, MSc in zoology, then BEd in life science. That will help you to know the concepts better. Okay, चलो. So this is all about the जेनोटाइप फेनोटाइप. सो अभी समझ में आ गया ना पनेट स्क्वायर क्या क्या होता है, चेकर बॉक्स चेकर बोर्ड क्या होता है, एंड हाउ कैन वी फाइंड आउट व्हाट विल बी द कैरेक्टरिस्टिक फीचर कम टू योर ऑफस्प्रिंग. फाइन. Now, do you know that different traits like your height, weight, hair color, skin color, the pigmentation, these are determined by the presence of this homozygous or the heterozygous gene. So all of them have the different genes, the alternate alleles. Okay, so they will determine whether you will get the both the alleles dominant or one dominant one recessive, or both of them are recessive. And by taking this concept, we will come to know about all the various types of characteristic features which are present in our body, how they are expressed in different ways, how they are also expressed in the different diseased condition. So over here you can see that some of the characteristic feature of human being is given. This chart is just to show you some of them are dominant and which one of them are recessive. So you can see the eye color, brown is dominant, blue is recessive. Tongue, किसी का tongue roll होता है. Okay, they can roll their tongue like this. Okay, and some of them cannot roll their tongue. Okay, non-rolling tongue. So rolling tongue will be dominant and non-rolling tongue will be recessive. Fine. Next, डोमिनेंट ट्रेट में राइट हैंडेडनेस आता है, लाइक वी राइट इट विद द हेल्प ऑफ द राइट हैंड, राइट हैंडेडनेस इज द डोमिनेंट, लेफ्ट हैंडेड इज द रेसेसिव. लिप्स थिक अगर होगा तो डोमिनेंट, थीन अगर होगा तो रेसेसिव. RH फैक्टर ऑफ द ब्लड पॉजिटिव होगा तो डोमिनेंट, नेगेटिव होगा तो रेसेसिव. ओके, कलर विजन नॉर्मल होगा तो डोमिनेंट, विच वी कैन डिस्टिंग्विश द डिफरेंट कलर. कलर ब्लाइंड अगर होगा दैट इज द रेसेसिव ट्रेट. चिक डिम्पल होगा तो डोमिनेंट, नॉर्मल होगा तो रेसेसिव. शेप ऑफ द फेस ओवल होगा तो डोमिनेंट, राउंड होगा तो रेसेसिव. शेप ऑफ द आई आमंड शेप्ड होगा तो डोमिनेंट, राउंड होगा तो रेसेसिव. वेरी अनकॉमन दैट वन इज. देन ईयर लोब फ्री होगा तो डोमिनेंट एंड डिटैच्ड होगा तो रेसेसिव. So these are all the different characteristic features which are present in our autosome, okay, the chromosomes which are present in the somatic cells of our body. So we can find these characteristic features over there. Now one example is given over here. This is known as basically the pedigree chart. ठीक है, pedigree chart मतलब obviously we cannot like draw always the father and mother and the children always, right? We can use the father, mother, and what are the different things which are coming in the children by using certain box or circle and like this. So always remember that the circle is due to the female. Okay, it denotes female sign. Box square will be for the male sign. Okay, and if you have different other color, so that means he or she is getting some different type of characteristic feature. Over here we can see this is the mother and this one is the father. So they are having three children. So both two of them are the daughter and one of them is the son. So both the daughter may, we can see over here, one daughter is cannot roll the tongue, but one daughter can roll the tongue, another boy can roll the tongue. So this is how we can see that with the help of a pedigree chart, it shows that the ability of rolling the tongue. And this type of chart like formation you will study more in class 11 12th. This is known as the pedigree chart, like how the characteristic features are coming from the parents to the offspring. We can show them by doing the pedigree chart. Fine. Now, so the parent over here, you can see that the male and female, jaise we have already shown you one example of the Punnett square. This is another Punnett square. When both the parents are heterozygous in condition. Heterozygous matlab, we already know that capital A is denoting the rolling of the tongue because it is dominant, and small r is denoting non-rolling tongue because it is recessive character. This character is the recessive character. So capital R and small r are coming from both the father and mother. These are the these are the two different gametes which are coming from the father and mother. Both of them are heterozygous. Heterozygous का मतलब क्या है, एक capital एक small होगा, इसका मतलब दोनों different genes होगा. तो different genes मतलब heterozygous होगा. So, what will happen in case of the offspring? You can see these are the four offsprings. Okay. So, when we will cross this capital R and capital R, the offspring will having purely rolling tongue. In this case and this case, capital R and small r will give you the heterozygous condition in one offspring, and over here also the capital R and the small r is giving the again the heterozygous condition, that is also rolling tongue. Because why rolling? Because one r is capital, that is why it will be rolling only. But in case of this one, we can see that both of the this individual is getting both the r which are small r from father and small r for mother. So here over here we can see that this individual will have the non-rolling tongue. Why? Because not a single r is capital. So dominant gene या फिर dominant allele इधर नहीं है, तो both of them are recessive, and that is why he or she can roll their tongue. अभी इधर देखो, we cannot determine which one is a son and which one is a daughter. Why we cannot determine? Because this rolling tongue wala gene na, it is present in the not the allosome, they are present in the autosomes. मतलब जो somatic body cells या फिर मतलब similar हो सकता है different chromosomes में रहता है, not in the sex chromosomes, they are present in the autosome. Now we can see, we will study about what are the sex linked inheritance. Fine. Now before going to this thing, I will give you one question. Show the cross if one of the parent is homozygous and another one is heterozygous. तो एक होमोजाइगस और एक हेटेरोजाइगस अगर कंडीशन होगा तो क्या होगा? होमोजाइगस मतलब मे बी द one of the parent is having capital R that is totally rolling, or small r मतलब totally non rolling tongue, and another parent is having heterozygous मतलब capital R small r दोनों रहता है. तो let us do one of the Punnett square. Over here, let me take the mother is having two alleles of the homozygous, that is capital R. Sorry. Both the alleles are capital R. Okay, this is the mother. And another one is the father. Father is having capital R and small r. Okay, so what will be the offspring over here? Definitely the offspring will be here, we will cross with capital R. So one offspring will be capital R, pure tongue roller. One will be second one will be capital R and capital R, again tongue rolling. Then capital R and small r will give the heterozygous condition, that is cap again tongue rolling. Why? Because one R is capital. Even if one R is capital, it will be dominant. And the fourth one is also getting, if we will cross this one with this one, so capital R and small r, again the heterozygous tongue rolling. Okay, so these are the four different conditions which we can see in the different offspring. So this is how you will be able to understand what are the characteristic feature which will go to the next generation by doing this Punnett square. Isn't it very interesting? Yeah. Okay. Now we have already studied about the different characteristic features which are present in the autosome. Now we will come to the sex linked inheritance which are present in the sex chromosomes. Okay. अभी क्या क्या sex chromosomes है? Definitely one is the like X chromosome and another one is the Y chromosome. Clear hai? So one is X, another one is the Y. So from this two picture, what you can see, yes, the different colors. One is, this one is the female, the symbol of the female, and this symbol is for the male. So without writing father and mother, or without writing male and female, we can just use this symbol to show which one is father and which one is mother. Okay, so now the sex linked inheritance pattern will different from the autosomal pattern. Q, because X chromosome differs in case of female and male. How many X chromosomes are present in female? Two. How many X chromosome is present in the male? One only, right? So they can be either homozygous or heterozygous. In case of female, both of the chromosomes are X, and that is why either they will be homozygous or it can be heterozygous. Hence this X linked dominant traits are more common in case of the female. क्यों? क्योंकि female का अंदर तो X ही है, Y तो नहीं है ना? तो either of the allele will become the dominant and it can cause the diseases. So X linked dominant characters, when it will come in a diseased form, it is very common in case of female. Clear hai? Now the human have only one X chromosome. Whenever the human is having only one X chromosome in the allele, we can call them as the hemizygous. So male definitely there will be the hemizygous. Hemi का मतलब क्या है? Half. We can say this one is the full sphere, और अगर हम इसको हाफ कर देंगे तो हेमिस्फीयर हो गया, right? So the similar thing will happen in this case also. The different traits, when there will be half of the trait is there, we can say that as the hemizygous trait. So in case of the males, they do not have both the X chromosome, they will have only one X chromosome. So the number of X chromosome will be halved over here. Okay, as the condition cannot be masked by the second allele. One allele, if it is defective, another allele will not be able to mask it. Okay, got the idea? Okay, now let us let us see this one with the help of an example. So can you see over here the two examples? This is the father and this one is the mother. So we can see that the father is totally normal, unaffected father. मतलब कोई disease नहीं है इसमें. But the mother is having half portion, one allele, we can say one allele is normal, another one allele is carrying some of the diseases. I'm not telling any specific disease over here, but some of the diseases there. And this allele is denoted as the red color. Okay, the red colored allele means diseased hai abhi. Now the diseased allele and the or the normal allele can come from the mother, but from the father obviously the normal allele will come always, right? So there will always be a chance of getting the disease in the son. Why? Because the son is getting the X chromosome from the mother, right? And the Y chromosome from the father. तो Y तो कभी भी मास्क नहीं कर सकते X क्रोमोसोम को. अगर ये X क्रोमोसोम में कोई डिफेक्ट होगा, कोई डिजीज होगा, the disease will be carried to the affected son, and this son will be totally diseased. Or if the X chromosome which is non-diseased or totally fine normal is going to the son, then son will be totally fine normal. तो son के लिए क्या होगा? कैरियर कभी नहीं होगा. कैरियर हम कब कह सकते हैं? When in both of the alleles one is diseased, another one is normal, then we can call them as the carrier. जैसे ये मम्मा का भी है, इधर डॉटर का भी है. Okay, so the daughter is getting the X chromosome from the father which is non-diseased, normal, and she is getting the X chromosome from the mother which is diseased. So ये हो जाएगा carrier daughter. Carrier मतलब she is carrying certain disease but the disease is not expressed. Okay, but in case of the son, as he is getting Y chromosome from the father and the diseased chromosome from the mother, the son will be totally affected. Fine. But in case of the normal condition, if you can see that the normal allele is coming from both the father and mother, the daughter will be totally unaffected. And again, the normal X chromosome is coming from the mother and the Y chromosome is coming from the father, the son will be totally unaffected son. Clear hand up to this much? If you have any confusion, please ask me. Okay? Chalo. So now let us see this condition, how they are dependent upon each other. They are some of the traits which are always true for the X-linked condition. Only one female can be the carrier. Okay, always the female can be the carrier for the recessive disease condition जिसको हम heterozygote कहते हैं. The males cannot be the carrier. Either the male will be totally diseased or the male will be totally normal. Fine. The male will always inherit an X-linked trait from the mother. Very easy because X तो मेल के अंदर जितना भी X क्रोमोसोम्स आ रहे हैं वो मम्मा से ही आ रहे हैं ना, क्योंकि पापा से तो Y क्रोमोसोम आ रहे हैं. Understood ना? तो any sort of X-linked disease if there are present in the male, it is always coming from the mother. Fine. Now the female cannot inherit the X-linked recessive condition from the unaffected father. It must receive the dominant allele. Clear hai? So these are the different traits for the X-linked inheritance. Hopefully this is all clear for you. Okay, now let us move on to see some of the X-linked inherited diseases which can happen in human being. One is the hemophilia. The hemophilia is a genetic disorder where the body's ability to blood clotting is totally impaired. मतलब अगर कोई भी different type का like if the any of the genes are impaired, definitely they will like the coagulation capacity will be lost. Okay, and continuously the uh, in like the bleeding, internal bleeding will continuous. okay, will be continuous. This is the case in case of the hemophilia, because there are certain factors which are present within the blood, वो factors impaired हो जाते हैं, वो factors defective हो जाते हैं, like the fibrin, the fibrinogen, prothrombin. These are the different factors which help in the blood clotting. अगर ये factors defective हो जाएंगे, then it will lost the capacity or capability of blood clotting, and continuously the bleeding will take place. So in this condition, if your blood vessel gets damaged or any sort of cut is there on your skin, continuously the blood will come out and it will not be repaired, or blood clotting will not take place. This is a very dangerous disease, and continuously blood transfusion takes place in these cases. Coming to the second one, the red green color blindness. What happens in this case? It is again another genetic disorder जहाँ red और green color हम discriminate नहीं कर पाते. The individual fails to understand which one is red color, which one is green color. This red and green color will come to them as the gray color, grayish type of color. Okay, so the condition is caused by the mutation. There are the errors in the copying of the DNA. ओके और ये म्यूटेशन कहाँ होता है in the different red and green cells which are present in the retina. We know that the retina of our eye have the different types of pigments. They have the different types of cells which help us to see the various colors, right? So when these red and green colored are mutated, they will not be able to understand the red or green color, and this condition is known as color blindness. Fine. This red and green color ka gene are always present in the X chromosome. Always remember. Now, can you see and tell me what are written over here? Yes, this is a test for the color blindness. We can test this one by looking into this. What are the different numbers which you can identify from here? From here, we can test whether a person is color blind or not. Okay, so as you can see over here, quickly write it down in the chat box. What are the numbers you can see in these circles? Yeah, we can see over here is the 7. The first one is 7. What about the second one? Second one we can see is the 13. Right? Do you agree with me? Maybe like you can see a little bit different. Third one I can see it is 16. Do you agree? Yes. The fourth one is 8. Fifth one is 12. And sixth one is 9. So over here we can see that the different colors are having the different patterns. From the patterns we can find out the various numbers. So from here we will be able to understand whether a person is color blind or not. Fine. Okay. Now let us do some more case studies. Like in the first case study we can see that the color blind father matlab color blindness is always present in the X chromosome. We know that the X chromosome X0 matlab iska matlab hai ye color blindness idhar hai. When he is married to a normal mother, normal person, female, so what will be the different daughter and son will get? Okay, so these are the normal gene of the mother, normal X and X, and these are the genes, gametes of the father, the colorblind in X and normal Y. Okay, so what will come in the offspring? We can see this one is the daughter, but this daughter is XX matlab daughter hoga. This daughter is colorblind or not? She is getting XO from the father, so she will be a carrier. Okay, why carrier? Because one of the X is normal, another X is diseased, तो इस condition को हम carrier कहते हैं. Fine. Next one is a son. XY है तो son होगा definitely. तो either Y is also normal, X is also normal, तो we can say this is the normal son. Okay, coming to the third one, when this X is crossed with this X, definitely again the carrier daughter will come, because one X is normal, another X is diseased, तो carrier daughter हो गया. Daughter क्यों? क्योंकि XX है. And this is XY, again the normal son. Okay, because the son is always getting the X chromosome from the normal mother, that is why the son always will be normal in this case. Clear है ना up to this much? Now let us move on to the second case. अबे इस केस में क्या है? Father is normal but mother is a carrier. तो mother carrier मतलब X, one X will be totally normal and another X will be diseased. XO मतलब diseased, another X will be normal. So in the first case, the daughter, we can see when it is she is getting the normal X from father and diseased X from mother, the daughter will be a carrier daughter, right? Secondly, the son, when he is getting the Y chromosome from the father and the X chromosome from the mother, which is diseased, the total son will be colorblind. Why? Because the son is getting only the diseased gene, diseased X chromosome from the mother. The colorblind son will come. Next one is the normal daughter again. Why? Because the normal X chromosome is coming from the father, normal X chromosome is coming from the mother. So normal daughter ho gaya. And the son will be again normal because a normal gene is coming from the mother and Y is coming from father, तो normal हो जाएगा. So from here we can find that the in case of color blindness, if the mother is carrier, either a carrier or totally colorblind, the son will be either total colorblind or total normal. But in case of daughter, it can be the normal daughter or it can be the carrier daughter. Clear hai na up to this much? Yes, got it. Okay. Now, what will be the offspring of the carrier women and a colorblind man get married? So, over here, let us see what will happen if the father is a colorblind, means XO रहेगा and Y रहेगा, and he is married to the women who is carrier. Carrier मतलब again one normal gene and another one is colorblind gene. What will happen? फर्स्ट क्रॉस में इसको इधर से क्रॉस करेंगे तो द डॉटर विल बी फुल्ली कलर ब्लाइंड. कैन यू सी? फुल्ली कलर ब्लाइंड व्हेन वी आर क्रॉसिंग दिस एक्सओ एंड एक्सओ. सेकंड केस में व्हेन वी आर क्रॉसिंग एक्सओ विद दिस वाई, तो द सन विल बी टोटली कलर ब्लाइंड. क्लियर है ना? थर्ड केस में व्हेन वी आर क्रॉसिंग दिस एक्सओ with this X, the daughter will be a carrier because one is normal, another one is colorblind gene. And another case में जब normal X के साथ Y का cross होगा, this son will be fully normal son. So over here we can see, hi Aditi, how are you? Good afternoon beta. So we can see that the son may be totally colorblind or totally normal, but in case of the daughter can be a carrier or totally colorblind in this case. Fine. So this type of crossing or the Punnett square, making the Punnett square is very important, which can come to your exam. So let us see whether you will be able to do it or not. So do it on your own, that what will be the genotype and what will be the phenotype if the mother is having black hair but heterozygous black, you can see over here, and the father is also having a black hair, again heterozygous black, that is capital H and small h. Let's do the Punnett square over here. It is very easy, right? So the father is having capital H and small h. Mother is also having capital H and small h. Both of them are having the black hair. So what will come in the offspring? Let me do the offspring with a different color. So first offspring में अगर ये capital H cross करेंगे तो pure black होगा. This capital H and small h अगर cross करेंगे तो hybrid black color का hair होगा. इधर अगर capital H और small h होगा तो क्रॉस होगा तो ब्लैक कलर का हेयर होगा, बिकॉज वन कैपिटल इज ऑलवेज देयर, एंड अनदर वन लास्ट में आ जाएगा ब्लॉन्ड हेयर. ओके, व्हाई ब्लॉन्ड? बिकॉज the both of the recessive genes are there and they will not be able to, the black coloration will not be able to come. Clear hai na up to this much? Yes, you will be able to do whatever condition I will give you, you will be able to do it on your own. Now let's check some of the question answer. Let me see who can give me the answers correctly. And don't forget to subscribe our channel. I think you were keeping on hitting the uh, like button. Okay. Now the two tall alleles. The person will be, if the two tall alleles are present, what will be the person? He or she will be tall or dwarf? Yes. Tall or short? What will be the person? When both the alleles are tall, matlab capital T, tab ye person will be also tall and the genotype will be capital T. Right? Now coming to the second condition, one tall allele and another short allele is present. तो इसका genotype क्या होगा? Capital T होगा and one small t होगा. So what will be in this case? What will be the person in this case? Tall होगा या short होगा? Tall ही होगा. क्यों tall होगा? Because one of the t is capital, that is the dominant, and dominant character or the dominant allele will always suppress the recessive one. It will be always expressed. Fine. Next one is the short. Two short alleles अगर रहेगा तो definitely the person will be short and the genotype will be small t and small t. Fine. So this type of questions you can also get in the school, so never forget how to write these things. So let me give you one question of the day. What are the genetic traits which the human can establish? Let me find this answer in the chat box. Let me see who can give me a correct answer for this. I'll not tell you the answer now. I will tell you whenever I will get an answer from you. Okay, so what are the genetic traits which the human can establish? Okay, let me see who can give me the correct answer. So let me conclude what we have already studied in today's session. We have already studied about the dominant characters, the recessive characters. We have studied about the genes, the alternate form of the genes which are known as the alleles. And then we have studied about the genotype and the phenotype. The genotypes are the characters which are present in the gene. Phenotypes matlab jo visible hota hai. And we have studied about the homozygous condition and the heterozygous condition. Clear hai? So these are the different things which we have already covered in today's session. So let me give you one extra time question that is for your homework. So what is variation? We have studied about the variation in the previous session. Explain the different types of variation. Two types of variation, you have to explain that. And the second question will be, what are the differences between dominant and recessive trait, and what are the differences between homozygous and heterozygous condition. So these are the different questions for your homework. I hope that you will do the homework, and I think that you have also understood whatever we have studied today. है ना? Okay, so thank you for being with us, and thank you for being with Swiflearn. So those who have not studied, not subscribed our channel, very sorry. Please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon so that we can again meet in the next session, and you will never miss any of the update of the upcoming session. So stay with Swiflearn and learn with us. We will again meet in the next session. So stay safe and stay healthy, and do not forget to like, comment, and share. So till then, bye bye. Take care.